Let's review the stages of the 1980 eruption in 1980 Eruption the Musical, starring you. Together, we will read the script in 8 parts. For the words that are highlighted, see the key below for sound effects. Thank you for serving as our special effects team. To tell the story, we are going to use the following sound effects. The first one is magma. When you see the word magma highlighted in our script, we are going to chant 3 times. Magma, magma, magma. When you see the word earthquake, you're going to rock back and forth in a chair and say earthquake, earthquake. When you see the word steam, we are going to hiss and softly say steam. When we see the word ash, we are going to softly say ash. When you see the word landslide, you're going to tap your feet and say landslide. When you see the word kaboom, you're going to shout kaboom as loud as you can. When you hear the word blast, you are going to clap your hands and say blast. When you see the word lahar, you're going to say lahar in your best pirate voice. Lahar. Let's tell the story. For over 100 years, Mount St. Helens stood peaceful and undisturbed. For many years, people visited this beautiful, majestic mountain for play and for fun. But in 1980, something began to change. Miles underground, magma, magma, magma began to move towards the surface. In March of 1980, scientists detected an earthquake coming from beneath Mount St. Helens. Over the next few days, scientists detected more and more earthquakes, and then more and then more. Soon, thousands of earthquakes shook the ground, one right after another. These earthquakes were a result of magma, 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 moving up and up and up, closer and closer to the surface. As the magma, magma, magma rose to the surface, it heated up water underground, turning it into steam. Poof! Small explosions of steam blew ash out of the volcano. As the steam blasted out, it left craters at the top of Mount St. Helens, covering its snowy slopes in a layer of gray and black ash. As magma, magma, magma continued to move upward, it pushed out the north side of Mount St. Helens like a giant balloon. As the bulge grew and grew on the north side, it became more and more unstable. Finally, at 8:32 a.m. on the morning of May 18, 1980, rocks began to tumble from the north side of Mount St. Helens, beginning the largest landslide in human history. Kaboom! The eruption was underway. As the mountaintop fell down, rocks bashed, crashed, and smashed against the ground, creating a magnitude 5.1 earthquake. Just after the landslide began, kaboom! Hot rocks zoomed out of the side of the volcano. This blast was really hot, really fast, and really destructive. The blast moved as fast as an airplane and destroyed almost everything in its path. The blast ripped trees from the ground and shredded them to pieces. The blast knocked down thousands of other trees, destroying forests like a game of dominoes. The blast was so hot that it melted rubber and burned the needles off of trees. As the mountaintop crumbled apart in the landslide and hot rocks zoomed out in the blast, something else began to happen. The ice that was on top and on the sides of Mount St. Helens melted. The melted ice mixed with chunks of rock and created lahars. These raging rivers of concrete crashed down valleys, first on the south side of the mountain, A few hours later, an enormous lahar tore through the Toutle River Valley on the north side. The lahar picked up rocks. The lahar picked up trees. The lahar picked up buildings, bridges, and cars. The lahar traveled for miles and miles, destroying everything in its path and carrying it along. After the volcano blasted to the side, it then blasted up towards the sky. For 9 hours, Mount St. Helens erupted ash 15 miles up into the air. Wind pushed the ash to the east across Washington state, across the United States, and even around the world. In some places, the ash fell to the ground like a thick layer of snow. In some places, the ash blocked out sunlight, turning noon into the dark of night. Eventually, the skies cleared, revealing the mountain's new shape. It took a while for Mount St. Helens to go back to sleep. In May, July, August, and October of 1980, Mount St. Helens erupted more steam and ash. For the next 6 years, magma rose and lava slowly oozed into the mile-wide crater, building a new lava dome. This activity was accompanied by many earthquakes. In 2004, more earthquakes signaled the volcano was again awake. Between 2004 and 2008, Mount St. Helens erupted new lava in the lava dome. Since 2008, Mount St. Helens has been quiet. Maybe Mount St. Helens will remain this way. Maybe Mount St. Helens will calmly ooze more lava. Or maybe Mount St. Helens will go kaboom in another explosion. For now, all we can do is wait, be prepared, and keep close watch for signs of a new awakening. Thank you for participating in 1980 Eruption the Musical. Hurrah!